Right, guys, I want to show you a clip from GB News that had Julia Hartley-Brewer skewering Michael Gove's meat and tube edge to the wall over the causes of inflation. This was caused by lockdowns, money printing and paying people to sit at home, pulling their plonkers during lockdown. But of course he can't admit that, can he? No, of course he can't. So instead we get this.
Are they going to cut taxes? Should the government cut taxes?
Well, we want to keep taxes as low as possible.
You can't. They're the highest rate they've been in 70 years. You can't keep them as low as possible.
Well, that's partly because of the backwash from COVID and the situation in Ukraine.
No, sorry, Mr. Gove. Backwash from COVID or the backwash of lockdown policies that you were an engineer of?
COVID.
It was COVID that caused us to have economic collapse. It was COVID that caused inflation.
Yes, it was the virus. Yes.
It was the virus. It wasn't anything to do with locking down the economy.
No.
Wasn't anything to do with closing businesses and putting millions of people on furlough, not to work. Nothing to do with that at all.
Oh yeah, she had him by the balls there, even if he did try to bullshit his way out of it, with claims the virus causes inflation and all that.
You're an imbecile.
This is of course nonsense, because what really causes inflation is government policy, and that's exactly what happened here. We printed £400 or £500 billion at a time when the country produced nothing, as everyone got paid to sit at home, and this is the outcome of that. It's got sweet bugger all to do with Russia or Ukraine like he claims, and everything to do with our own government's policy. In fact, the only slight relation to Russia inflation has is the sanctions our government put on them. These sanctions have harmed us a lot more than it has Russia, but supporting the current thing is often not in our best interest, so really we should expect that. Michael Gove, as I'm sure most of you know, is full of shit, and that was true even before this. His weak attempts at blaming a virus for cabinet actions is both laughable and piss-taking in the extreme, though. So I've got to say, I am glad that Julia Hartley-Brewer took him to task on this one, even if obviously it ain't gonna make no bloody difference. These scumbags there don't really care. Whenever they get called out, they just move on to the next thing. Tomorrow stories will change and this will all be forgotten about, much like literally everything else.